Yes, y'all. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 123 of the Dumb Marks podcast. It's your boys, the favorite Saturday brunch bunch, back at it again. Gentlemen, fresh off of Valentine's week, hopefully you had some Netflix and chill and you weren't YouTubing yourself, or worse, the power goes out and you get nothing at all. But how we living, how we breathing, everything good this Saturday morning?
Well,
I'm good.
Doing
I mean,
good,
I think
doing
Jason's
good.
shirt says it exactly the way how he spent his
Yeah,
Valentine's
Jay,
Day.
did you find a bay or nah?
no, this is what the shirt's
No.
for. If you realize your man wasn't shit, go ahead and slide in these DMs, okay?
There you go. There you go. I like the.
We talked about this before. I don't think it matters if they got a bay or not anymore.
Yeah. I saw you handed out free roses that got left over at work. Did that work out for you at all?
Well, I wasn't. No, they were there though. It was on my
You
mind.
weren't handing them out. You weren't walking in up and down the parking lot handing them out. Like, here's a rose for my rose.
Look,
Try doing that game.
I think we got like 14 pallets of other stores' roses the day before or the day of Valentine's, and we had to unload them. So it was like shit. They were sitting, like, people were taking their own trucks to other stores to drop them off, and it was like, here's a bunch in the break room for free.
Was it like high school whenever you used to they used to leave like the roses on the desks like during homeroom? Like, did you start passing out roses to your coworkers in the morning?
The little candy grams you used to get. Where I had a secret admirer one time and couldn't figure it out until like 7th period.
You send it to yourself?
No, I didn't send it to myself. It was a legit one. Ended up dating the girl for a little bit too. We could talk about that off air because it ties into recent events. But yeah, nah. So all right, good. Welcome in, everybody. As usual, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, audio version. Make sure you go over to Anchor, like, subscribe, download, please. As always, video. Go over to YouTube, like, subscribe, check the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Let's try and build this follower base up.
You went to the same school, Nate.
Yeah, same school. So yeah, but no, thanks for tuning in, rocking with your boys like we do each and every single Saturday. We got a lot on the docket today. Drake, Jason. Yeah. I don't know. Instead of champagne poppy, we got port wine poppy up there. So we're gonna get a T-shirt with that port wine poppy with a bottle of port wine on it. We'll merch the hell out of that too.
Him drinking the big ass glass of wine.
Yeah. Nah. But no, we're good. We're good. Busy day today. Busy day in the world of pro wrestling. We got port wines.
It's a busy day all around.
It is a busy day. There's a lot going on today. Don't know how or what you're going to choose the rest to watch, but football season's over with, so I'm glad at least one weekend afterwards. There's a lot going on and a lot to watch.
XFL
XFL gets kicked off today and tomorrow. 2 games both days. So we'll see how that tunes in. I'm going to watch just to see what the landscape looks like. They're bringing back some of the stuff that the relaunch had before they went out and The Rock bought it, like the kickoff roll and stuff like that. So definitely going to tune in and see what it's like, just because I'm a football junkie and need to get it fixed. But from a wrestling base wise, which is why we're here typically Saturday mornings, going over the week that was in bell to bell, presenting you with our Mount Rushmore for the week. Big night. Two big pay-per-views. We have Elimination Chamber from Montreal, and then we got New Japan Battle in the Valley over in California. Big names on that card. Mercedes Moné making her in-ring return after almost a year out, right? And you got the Rainmaker back in the States defending the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So big card to get into. We will run through both Elimination Chamber and we'll run through New Japan, but New Japan I want to focus mainly on the big three matches. We can talk about other ones, but mainly the big three from New Japan with Jay White, Eddie Kingston with their stipulation, Okada, Tanahashi, and then Mercedes and Kyrie. See what we got going on there. So, with that being said,
tonight in Montreal, me and Dawn were talking about this before we came on air. Man, SmackDown last night had a lot of production glitches. Hopefully, they fix that before the pay-per-view tonight.
I don't think it was production glitches. I think it was the hostility of the crowd, and they had to black it out for censorship portions because it was a lot of fan videos. Was a lot of "fuck you, Roman" when Sammy got in the ring, so that's why it went off for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. So I don't think it had to do with technical issues. It was,
but it was even before, like it was throughout the night. It wasn't even just the Sammy segment.
There was some stuff.
That's how hot that crowd was.
Yeah, there was some stuff backstage where they like blacked it out, where they were doing interviews and it blacked out.
So I know a couple times they cut to Ariel Helwani in the crowd and they were going bananas, and that was like on a couple second delay and everything. So I'm expecting that crowd's going to be unreal tonight. After the way they showed up last night for a SmackDown, like we'll get into it when we break down the card, but yeah, it's going to be. That's the type of environment. If I'm going to a wrestling show, I want to be in.
Yes. No.
So hashtag blame Canada.
You just want them sitting down doing nothing, huh, Jason?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to get into New Japan first, then we'll do Elimination Chamber, and then do Mount Rushmores?
We can do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's how we go. Let's kick it bell to bell.
All right. Not even ready.
All right. So let's get into this Battle in the Valley card. Do you have the card in general? I believe it's 10 matches.
It is 10 matches. Yeah, I didn't put all the card in. So you want to do Jay White's match? Yeah. So the big three that we'll get into and cover. Not that the rest of the card is trash, because there's really good matches on this card, top to bottom. And it is a typical New Japan formatted pay-per-view as far as multi-man matches and everything else. So there is stuff that I think will be like surprises of the night coming out of that card as far as really good matches. But you know why you're buying the event.
Yeah, you're buying the event for three matches, and that's worthy in and of itself. You got Jay White and Eddie Kingston with a new stipulation added in that was announced. You got, like I said, Mercedes and Kyrie, and then Okada and Tanahashi for the belt. Kingston and Jay White. Jay White's last match in New Japan, contractually, the stipulation was added on this week. If Eddie Kingston wins, Jay White can no longer wrestle in New Japan, period. If Jay White wins, Eddie Kingston has to ask Jay White permission to wrestle in New Japan, and he has to approve of Eddie's opponents. So
I hate when they do that type of stipulation. Just do loser, like what they did in Japan. Just loser leaves.
But it's different because Eddie's not a New Japan contracted wrestler. So I like the little different touch to the stipulation, and it just adds more to the personal tensions between them two. Eddie being the proud, cocky, overconfident guy, like I gotta go ask him for permission to wrestle. Like it fits the matchup. Whether or not you like it, it's not the greatest stipulation ever, but I think to add a little bit of spice to the matchup, because everybody kind of already knows Jay White is going elsewhere. Just gives it a little different vibe and a different eye to watch it under. nothing.
It's Eddie Kingston match. That's all.
That's kind of how I'm feeling on it too.
It is. He does nothing for me.
All right.
Okay. I don't want to see Eddie Kingston beat Jay White, but like the stipulation just shows it. You know, I mean,
but is this like cutting your safety net if you're Jay White? Like, I mean, I think you can always go back to New Japan.
Yeah, that's why Jay White is winning.
But they can always do that fun stuff of, oh, that was under your old contract. You know, now it's a new contract, so now you can come back.
I mean, I think it's partly New Japan kind of covering their bases as well to say, hey, you know, loser leave town, and oh, by the way, you lost your next match to where you're not allowed to wrestle here again. So, you know, take that what you will.
Yeah, nice for the story, but behind the scenes, they're like, you can come back anytime you want to.
For sure.
So, tied to Jay White's name this week, there was reports that he is not the biggest free agent that WWE is interested in signing.
I saw that.
The only other name that I can come up with that is a bigger name that is a potential free agent based off a contract, although there's some language that could have time added on to make that a moot and irrelevant point right now, would be Kenny Omega.
I saw Kenny in the Bucks.
Said in the Bucks?
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw Kenny.
So from a WWE perspective, Kenny Omega would be a bigger name than Jay White. Correct?
Yes.
He's been on U.S. television for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe Kenny Omega is a bigger name than Jay White?
Yes.
Name-wise, yes.
Name-wise, yes.
Entertainment value, no.
Okay.
Longevity, no. If I'm WWE, I'm signing Jay White. If I'm signing Kenny Omega.
Interesting.
Younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, age-wise, yeah, for sure.
I'm looking at longevity. If I'm WWE, I'm looking at longevity. I'm not looking at the quick pop. Here he is. Here he goes. This ain't a Goldberg situation here.
So you can get a 10-year run out of Jay White, a la AJ Styles, right? Like, I think AJ, by the time he's done, he'll be damn near in 10 years. Right?
Yeah. Very close to it. Was that 2016 he signed? So,
do you think either one of those guys, Omega or White, end up in WWE?
There's a lot of factors in that right now.
I see more Jay White, yes, than Omega. Unless Omega's going for the money.
I could see them like Triple H going after a Kenny Omega. If Vince was running the show now. But
yeah, because he brought in all the talent, the indie talent to NXT.
Yeah.
So definitely.
I think Omega, you want that all. You want to conquer every, not conquer every promotion, but say you've
Ty sticking to the gimmick and dropping that name every single Saturday. This is unbelievable, man.
Say you've held gold in every promotion. That'd be an accomplishment.
Yeah.
A la Cody Rhodes working every single big pay-per-view from every single promotion.
Yeah. I mean, you sit there and you get to that point where you got Cody. If you would have Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny,
you're not getting. I don't think you're getting this. I don't think you're getting the Bucks and Omega.
I don't think they'd be signing at the same time, but it's possible.
So whenever you do bring these guys in, are you going to have like an invasion angle or something? Because everybody knows who everybody is.
No.
Nah, I don't know about that. From a fan perspective, I don't know if WWE Universe really truly knows the Bucks and Omega. I mean, and the only reason why I say that is because you got Bronson Reed, Jonah, who comes back, right? no reaction at all. Even though he was in developmental, he went over to New Japan, blew up. Hell, he beat Okada clean in the ring. And he comes out Monday night, and there is nothing. It is wider than your local library during story time than kindergarten class. Like, it was dead.
Mm-hmm.
But he puts on good matches.
Yeah, but my point in bringing that up is that the WWE universe, we touched on it before, it's their bubble. They're not paying attention outside of their bubble. I don't know if you bring in Kenny Omega, you get the same reaction that you got whenever you brought in AJ Styles.
I think depending on the city.
Yeah. I don't see them just doing it on a random Raw. But like if they do it like at a big 4 or somewhere around there, yeah, I think you would, because you get the diehards there to give the reaction.
Like Omega night after WrestleMania, maybe.
Yeah.
But even if you
we know that's not happening, but
even if you were to do it at Mania, I still don't think you're going to get.
I think you get a reaction at Mania.
Omega and
just because of the international
people there would know him. Yeah.
You said Omega and Philly, Jason.
Omega in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
place, right? You don't want to,
especially New York,
waste it on the dead town.
Yeah. Like they're not doing it here.
And then with that pop, I think you'll get people to go and search who Omega is.
The more likely option is Jay White. I really don't see Omega or the Bucks jumping to WWE. I don't. Even though they've all said that they have a great relationship with Hunter. Talks the last time before AEW actually launched, they were really close to signing.
Yeah.
And they've all said that previously. So like Hunter has rapport with them and can pitch it to make it very enticing for them to come over. I just don't see them being the type to actually leave. Cody, yes, he was a WWE guy before. So yeah, that one makes total sense. Those three, I just don't see it. Like I think they would rather build their legacy off of being indie guys, New Japan talents who launched a rival promotion that went toe-to-toe with somebody that's had a 40-year-old stranglehold on the business, and they're trying to elevate that as much as possible. So I don't see any of those guys jumping ship. But money talks, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Throw enough money out there.
Money talks, and like you said before too, it's like you never know. Like maybe they just want to have that WWE check mark, holding a WWE title or something like that, just on their resume at the end of the day.
All right, so we got White. Eventually, he's going to make his debut somewhere here in the States. That's obvious. It's just whether or not it's going to be AEW or WWE. The next match, which was announced to main event the pay-per-view tonight, is Okada and Tanahashi. Rainmaker in the States is huge for New Japan, from them wanting to build up the New Japan strong name. I saw when the announcement was made that this was main event in the show, I saw a lot of backlash because people felt, hey, you sold out based on Mercedes Moné's name alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With one match announced, you sold out that building. So let her main event that.
Now it's the double main event.
It's the double main event, the co-main event.
And this is the main event you've seen how many times? This is Orton Cena.
No, not in the States. Like it's.
Yeah, but do you think it's different? Yeah, but do you think New Japan in the States is different than New Japan? I think it's diehards watching it no matter what.
Strong is different than NJPW. The vibe and feel, at least whenever I'm watching it, to me, it's two different shows.
But do you think it's a different audience?
No, because they're West Coast. So like that California audience that's at New Japan is going to be at a New Japan Strong show or an NJPW show.
So I mean, these people.
But having Okada here, you're trying to draw in casual fans. You're trying to draw in that audience. Having Mercedes on the card, you already know that other audience is coming over because of her, based on the sellout of the building alone. So why not put your biggest star in the main event spot on the card that people may not have seen before, live or on pay-per-view?
But I mean, I think that goes back to Dawn's point. I mean, it's a New Japan audience that's watching it. It's a match they've seen, the main event. So yeah, I agree. I think that they should have put Mercedes in the main event for something different.
They just dipped their toes into the women's wrestling waters. Like, I don't think they're not going to just. To me, you're not having Okada not main event this show. Even though it's against Tanahashi and they've wrestled countless times and you've seen it. But I really think the audience that's coming in to watch this pay-per-view tonight is not just your regular typical diehards that wake up at 2 a.m. to watch Wrestle Kingdom. And I could be completely off base because WWE has Elimination Chamber tonight, so I don't know how many people from there are going to be watching both.
If you got Peacock, you're probably going to stick with Peacock rather than pay the money. Granted, it's only $20, but...
Well, that may be going away very soon if you haven't paid attention to that.
I did, yeah.
Get ready to sign up for WWE Network again through Peacock. That free shit's about to be gone. Just FYI, if you haven't paid attention to the tea leaves.
They said that early on. They go, this isn't going to be permanent that you get it, but God, for a lot longer than I expected.
We expect more $9.99 promos.
Now it's Peacock $9.99.
Well, here's the catch, right? And this is sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
I think, do you do it a la UFC where you have to pay for the pay-per-view and you're charging pay-per-view prices? So you have your Peacock subscription, you're getting replays of Raw, SmackDown, all your docuseries and everything else. With pay-per-views, you're purchasing the pay-per-view just like you're buying a UFC.
Yep. A lot of stuff's going that way. So
we're back to original pay-per-view buy model, just on a streaming platform.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna do that through Peacock right now. Maybe if, say, Disney would get the license or buy the company, maybe then we see that. But
I think that's the way they're going.
I do too.
I really do. I think you'll get all the ancillary stuff for free on Peacock. You can still browse and peruse that. But if you're signing into Peacock to watch a premium live event, you're paying the $45.99 or $65.99 for WrestleMania. And if you don't, then you're not watching it.
That's about the only one I would do.
Until what, like 4 months later? 2 months later.
Real quick on this sidebar, how much is Mania?
Mania, before they went to WWE Network, it was $70 for Mania.
You can still get on pay-per-view, right?
I think you can. I don't know how.
Yeah, you
can still the same price or not.
I think you can.
After they moved over to Peacock, you can still buy
the
pay-per-view separate?
Are you paying for both nights or each night separately?
They were doing a package. They did do a package for both nights.
Okay.
So if you're looking at a package for both nights, one night of Mania was $70 before they went to the network. I don't know what the package is for both nights. But I mean, your bigger UFC cards are what, $89 now?
They are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up, Pro?
That could be what a lot of people do too. And once they start getting that bill for Peacock, they might cancel it.
All right. So are we split, or am I 3-1? You guys think Mercedes should main event and Okada should co-main event?
Mercedes main event.
I think Mercedes should main event.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how it plays out. Whether or not it's the right call, I am curious to see the numbers that come back on this pay-per-view. Just based off of, having Mercedes there and what she chooses to do. So, do we know what the cost of it is?
I thought I saw $20.
That's what I saw too. ECW prices. Best prices, best pay-per-view prices ever.
Who you in?
I was a high school dude working. Oh, $20 for this pay-per-view. Here you go, Mom. Add that on the cable bill. Here's my dub. I'm watching ECW. So yeah. All right. New Japan. Best of luck to you tonight. I hope they tear the house down. There's going to be a lot of surprises on that card.
$20.
Split because of that Penguin shirt. Listen, they're on fire right now, bro. Sidney Crosby scored again last night. 13th season of 25-plus goals, most ever in franchise history. Just continue to do absurd things at his age.
But they
truly underappreciated as one of the GOATs in any sport, period.
They gave up a nice lead last night, though. That was horrible.
It's all right. If Evgeny Malkin had the quote of the week, see that? He met Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry met him.
Penguin said, hey, how was it meeting Steph Curry? And Gino goes, Steph Curry met me. Tremendous. Never changed, Gino. Never changed.
Did we pick Mercedes Curry?
Mercedes. You're not going to have her lose this match. She'll take the belt. She'll do a world tour with it. She'll wrestle over there, but I think she'll go to some promotions, in London and whatever the case may be. Defend it on Strong here in the States to build that audience up. And I think they have a nice game plan laid out for her.
At the main event, I'm going back home.
Demands.
All right, let's get into
back home to WWE.
Let's get into this Elimination Chamber card here. Like I said to start the show, I think the energy that's going to be in this building tonight is going to be insane. I think you could almost have, depending on how the main event, and we'll break it down, but I think you can almost have the same ECW one night stand type of crowd energy wise for that main event.
Yeah.
Like
you said, for how hot they were for SmackDown.
Yeah. Roman Cena, Roman coming out a la Ciampa when he came back against Gargano. Like it's gonna be nuts. So yeah. But let's get into it. Let's break down this card, see what we got here.
All right. Let's start off with this one. We got Edge and Beth Phoenix versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley.
Hey, give me the Judgment Day.
Finn's taking the pin.
Give me the Judgment Day.
Finn's taking the pin. I think this has to be the exclamation point to the story, right? Like you've beat down, you've come back, you beat down, you come back, you beat down, you come back. Your wife's involved now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if you have Rhea pin Beth. Or hell, I would have Rhea pin Edge.
Yeah.
She can't lose. If they do that. Yeah.
If they do that, like
they usually don't let the men and the women fight. So.
Yeah, I know. But I would. I would.
I mean, Baron Corbin put the end of days on Becky, so this is a new regime now.
She got a win on Tozawa.
She did get a win on Tozawa.
Times are changing.
I'll go Rhea and Finn, just because I think Rhea, you can use a win over Beth to keep her hot and then get ready to get into her story with Charlotte.
I want Judgment Day. It's time to get these legends. Hey, you modeled nice enough for us. Get the hell out of here.
Judgment Day. Rhea's not taking a hit.
I want Judgment Day as well.
All right,
so Edge definitely won it. All right, we got Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar.
This is interesting from the standpoint of what happened last night.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Bray Wyatt to come out and call out Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. Whether or not the match is going to be good, that's for another debate. I'm very intrigued on why and the reasons behind it. So, out of the two, who would I rather see Bray Wyatt face? Who would I think would give the better match? I would say Lashley.
Mm.
But if you have Brock lose this match, I have no idea who he wrestles at WrestleMania. Because you know Brock's not missing a big 4 pay-per-view. So, you know,
he did work Rumble, and he is working Elimination Chamber. I don't know.
And Mania, and then he'll go away to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So you get your 4 shots a year. Maybe a Saudi Arabia show in November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, now that has me thinking.
It's like a catch-22 where I'm at. Like, I want to see Bobby win, but if Bobby's fighting Bray, I want to see Bray win, but I don't want Bobby to lose because I like them both. But if Lesnar wins, Lesnar's definitely going over on Bray because Bray has no luck at all at WrestleManias.
The more believable win for me would be against Bobby. Yeah. Unless you pull some shenanigans.
I mean, the only other person that I can think of, which they've already poo-pooed and said this isn't going to happen, but we all saw it at the Rumble and won it, is Lesnar and Gunther. So if you're going to have Bobby win to go to face Bray at Mania, then I immediately want Lesnar and Gunther. And there's no other matchup besides them two.
That would be interesting.
That would be. Then Brock becomes IC champ.
I mean, if you have Bray, you know, going after Bobby, that could, you know, be what brings back the Hurt Business, you know, to help him out. And that could make sense. Instead of just bringing it back, just to bring it back. You know, he needs that help and needs that protection.
This is...
Man.
People are going to shit on a Bray Wyatt match anyways, and they think he's terrible in the ring. So,
Bray in
I mean, match. Is that going to be the Cinnamon Toast Crunch match of the night at WrestleMania? Or?
I'm not. I don't mind Bray wrestling. It's just people so used to Mr. Dave and all of his stuff.
But that means if you're looking at the series matchup-wise, that means Lashley went over on Brock. And how many people have gone over on Brock with a winning record? Exactly.
Yeah, but Brock doesn't mind losing though, as long as it's
the people he likes.
I'm not saying that Brock minds losing, but I'm just looking at the booking history, and I get it. Yeah. Triple H is involved now, so you got to take that out of the equation. But Lesnar don't lose many feuds.
No.
So you're talking, you know.
And then if you beat Brock, where does this put Bray?
Well, you think going over Brock in a feud would level you up to like a title contention level, right? But if you're just leveling up on Brock to face Bray, is that more to get Bray? I don't know, man.
Then who's Bray? I mean, do you put Bray in the main event picture?
I think you're going to have to put Bray in the main event picture sooner or later, just based off of.
And then he'll just be a stepping stone.
Exactly.
Because these belts right now are about longevity.
Yeah,
true.
Unless you break them up.
I will say, I thought last night we were going to see Uncle Howdy unmasked. The way it was setting up.
I mean, that got to be Bo Dallas, right?
It looked like it last night.
Like last night was the first night where I looked at it and go, okay, that's Bo Dallas.
What is this? Like the 6th different incarnation of how we present Uncle Howdy?
Yeah.
It's like every time they bring him out, he looks completely different.
Keep him on the toes.
And then how are they friends? Like, they didn't explain how they're friends. Like, Bray hated him. He hit Bray with his sister Abigail, but because he jumped off a 20-foot scaffold building into a table, Bray's now in control of Uncle Howdy, and they're all kumbaya. Is that the gist of it?
He's his uncle with dementia, so he got control.
I mean, I definitely don't want to see no dusty finish and we get a triple threat with Bray, Brock, and Bobby, the triple Bs.
There's history there. So
yeah, I don't know. This one's like a coin flip, honestly. Because I wouldn't mind seeing either guy. It got to be Bobby because Bobby will be around more for them to get into a story to build up for him and Bray. Brock and Gunther, you don't need a story for Brock and Gunther.
No.
Just let them two go in there and beat the shit out of each other. Like,
and you already had that. You all right over there?
I'll pull the tag off.
You already had that Royal Rumble set up with it too, so you don't necessarily need the story. You got the story set up. The groundwork was laid.
I'm going Bobby.
I'm going Bobby.
I'll go with you, Bobby.
Hey, it's Black History Month. We're all rocking with Bobby.
All right, Brock's winning tonight.
That would be typical for Black History Month. for WWE to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have a 6-second match.
All right, let's get into our first Elimination Chamber match. For the United States Championship, we got Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford.
If you're going to do Theory and Cena at Mania, which is to be the rumor, I don't think Theory needs to be the U.S. champ at that time.
No.
So, with that,
the rumors also Seth and Logan Paul. That doesn't need the title either.
Right. Which is why I'm going with Montez Ford.
Breaking up a tag team in Black History Month.
Very WWE-ish. I think he's a single star waiting to happen, and they've been not that they've been teasing the breakup, but they've been teasing each of them singles wise more. And Angelo has held his own. Dawkins has held his own single wise. I don't know if he'll connect with the crowd and audience and everything else to make you a singles star. Tez has that, like, just charisma out the wazoo. Like,
Tez is becoming annoying to me.
As far as being in the group, or just
that's what I was thinking too, Ty.
Just like in ring, it's just getting annoying.
What's getting annoying?
Okay.
It's his antics in ring. It's just getting annoying.
Whose antics?
Montez.
Okay.
Yeah, Dawkins has improved tremendously. Like he's, from NXT when he was with Ty Dillinger to now, it's like completely different person. Like,
but he just doesn't have that charisma of Montez. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the addition. I didn't even think of the addition of the U.S. title and having it, harken back to the history with Cena and that being his first big time belt until he beat JBL. Also the Open Challenge, which really put the U.S. title back on the map.
Mm-hmm. That's where I was going to go with it. I mean, I think that could be a good story, and Cena's there to do what? Put the young talent over now. So it could be for the title, and you think, because it's Cena's going to win. But if he puts Theory over.
My only worries is in a title program. Like Cena is going to tear him alive on the microphone. And I don't know if you chop him down on the mic that much, like, is it going to make him irrelevant? Theory.
He steps up his game though. Maybe this helps him
build him up.
Yeah,
I think he has that.
But the way he talks in his promos is not like it. That's not how. It's not how you would talk. Like, he's still like acting like a wrestler doing a promo instead of just being the individual giving the promo.
Maybe Cena helps
not
him
natural
with the promos
to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, all right, you can sway me back. I'll go Theory.
It's like Theory's been like an afterthought for the past few weeks, so
Yeah.
I think he needs to be back in the picture. So I'm going with Theory.
Is
Same.
Seth Rollins going to wrestle this match with the big red boots on?
You got at least one.
The Astro Boys.
So they can fit overshoes, so you got to come out with them.
What are we
You
doing
spent that
with
much
these-
money.
What are we doing with these fucking boots? Like literally
Yoshi
boots
boots.
from Dora. Dora the Explorer boots.
I've seen Yoshi boots. I've seen Paddington Bear boots. I've seen Dora
Astro Boys.
Explorer
Astro
boots,
Boys.
Astro boots.
They were stupid until Seth Rollins walked out with them, and he made it not serious.
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He wore the ugly boots and did the curb stomp with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he got paid for on Monday.
Comic relief, and that's perfect what they're for.
All right. So we
I'm
go
going
Theory to retain.
I'm going Montez.
Okay.
Change it up.
Okay.
Everybody else don't need the title.
It'd be a little shock.
Yeah.
It would be.
It's okay to do some shock and awe every once in a while.
Ty said he's going with Theory.
Yeah.
Let's move over to the second Elimination Chamber match. So this one is the Women's Elimination Chamber for a match at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Got Asuka, Liv Morgan,
Asuka.
Nikki, Raquel, Natalia, and Carmella.
Oscar, stop.
I'm trying to talk so our
No,
audio
stop.
listeners can actually hear it
There's
since they can't see the
there's
screen.
There's no audio listeners that need to know this. As soon as you say Oscar's name, that's the end of the discussion. This match is over. Oscar's winning, and her and Bianca is wrestling at WrestleMania.
Chris, make sure you put her name last next time.
It's just a copy and paste from Wikipedia.
Hands down. This isn't even a debate.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
It's not.
Hey, Jason, you got anybody different or?
For Mania, Asuka. If it was any other review, I'd have picked somebody else. Mania, Asuka.
Don't give me Raquel. I'll drive to Stamford, Connecticut myself.
You don't like Big Mommy Cool?
It's Big Mommy Cool, please.
No.
Change that.
Not in this. Mania is it's Mania.
Yeah.
Like, no. Give me Asuka and Bianca. I said it last week. I said it after the Rumble. I hate Pro. Next match. We're over this one. It's Asuka. Shut it down.
All right. This is it.
Open the
Main
card.
event
Open the
time.
card with it. End it early. We're done.
Got Undisputed Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn.
My dream tonight.
I tweeted out last night before SmackDown started and said I can't wait for another episode of As the Bloodline Turns for all you soap opera fans out there. I have they've given me legitimate doubt that Sami Zayn can pull this off. And I never would have thought that in a million years. But based on where it's at, everything that's gone on, the past couple of weeks since Rumble, I legitimately believe I can suspend the disbelief and have Sami Zayn winning tonight and being the Universal Champion.
Hear me out. Shenanigans. Apparently the Usos are cleared to go into Canada.
Oh.
So Kevin Owens is going to return, I'm sure. Yeah, again, it's Montreal. Got to set up Mania.
So the reports and rumors was that the original plan was for Jay to turn on Sammy, and that set up the road for Owens and Zayn versus the Usos. But they've changed gears based on how popular Sammy is and the numbers that he's drawing ratings wise and everything else to tweak that story. So I don't know what to expect tonight. I really don't.
Would you make Mania a triple threat?
Like, is this a la Daniel Bryan?
Fighting his way to get in.
Like I said, I said it after the Rumble. I said you have Daniel Bryan, you have Kofi Mania, and you have Sami Zayn. Like, if you ever listen to your audience,
don't.
This would be 3 for 3.
See, I think if Sami and Owens win the tag titles at Mania, it's gonna get the same pop as anything else. I think it'll be just as good. I don't think that's a step back. I just think it's him getting over, and the crowd's gonna be happy with that.
But does it complete the story?
I think it does.
But how do you get there?
Because I think the story is more for him and Jay than it is really with him and Roman.
To me, the story is Jay.
So if you focus on the story with him and Jay, you had SmackDown last week, not last night, but last week, the backstage outside the arena bit with Sami and Jay. Sami with the "I acknowledge you," and then Heyman going up to Jimmy. Oh, hey, you guys aren't needed. Tribal Chief says take the night off. Sometimes you see stuff on TV, you wouldn't in the building.
If you want to see an organic push, then Fandango would be a champ.
No.
He beat Chris Jericho. What are you talking about?
Maybe Zack Ryder, but not Fandango.
Organic
My point
push,
exactly.
Organic push would have seen Fandango and Breeze win the tag team titles.
Yes.
Because they were that hot.
They were deserving of that.
Mm.
Yes, they were.
If you're doing the Sami KO versus Jimmy and Jay based off of what they did on SmackDown last week, I don't know how you get there. I don't know how you get there. Like, to me, the betrayal, I guess you can get the heat on the Usos with Jimmy or with Jay turning on Sami, but blood's thicker than water. We'll see if it plays out that way in this storyline because, like Sami said, how long until he turns on you? And Jay sees it. We still haven't heard from Jay. He just showed up, did the match, and left. So we have no idea where he lies, if he's in, if he's out. I mean, if Jay comes out and turns on Sami in Montreal tonight, you think there's not going to be a riot in Canada?
Yeah.
That'll be the most angry Canadians have ever been in the history of Canada.
I think that's going to be Screwjob level.
The Screwjob level. This is a Screwjob.
I think it'll be worse than the Screwjob because I think Sami is. I don't want to say more over than Brett. I think he's more over than Brett right now.
Donald Darth Vader right there. Come to my side.
As far as a specific time and place, like there's nobody more over than Sami Zayn right now. I caved. I did. He is.
I'm just interested to see where everything goes. The end result, Roman is winning.
The end result of this or the
end result, just at the end of the night, Roman is winning. Because again, you're not just going to set him and Cody up by not having that Paul and Cody exchange a couple weeks ago.
I can't wait. I hated that crowd last night. And AEW's crowd. I hated it.
What?
I hated it. Yeah. I can't wait to see them go home. Yes. Oh, I love chaos.
Go home quiet like
you want it to be like here, like Pittsburgh.
Matter of fact, just bring out security and escort Roman out. Bring him out mid-match and line the ramp. Let them know it's happening. I want to see streak level shock on faces.
Oh, and for you Roman Reigns haters out there, if you think Roman ain't going to talk during this match, this is going to be the match where he talks the most shit during this match. So, Chris, I hope you're ready. Okay, get your popcorn. Pay attention.
What have I said for the past 2 years? I can enjoy the promos on SmackDown, but every match it's just going to be like, what?
That was for Chris and Pro. Specifically.
I'll be texting you tonight, Pro. You believe that shit?
You said with the story with Cody and Roman based off of the Cody and Paul. Well, you had Cody and Sammy give their prep rally, as Roman Reigns called it on TikTok, which was tremendous. what a just an OG response. Oh, y'all had a prep rally for me? It's like, I'm not even there, and y'all having a prep rally for me? That's cute. And just signed off. Like, that's tremendous. But you had them two talking, and Cody ending it with, I want to see you at WrestleMania.
He's doing the face thing.
I bet you he does want to see Sammy at WrestleMania.
I kind of wanted a different promo, but I get why they did what they did. I wanted him to say, no, you don't, just to push Sammy even harder. But you still want to keep Cody facing that situation.
See, I think the promo from Monday gave Sammy the confidence to come out there and talk his shit like he did last night. That seed of doubt he had got washed away Monday night. He showed up last night talking shit in French and dropping F-bombs live on TV in French, which was tremendous. And that crowd ate it up, and it was go time. Like, I'm ready. Let's have the match now. I woke up today very excited to go, we got Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns tonight. This is going to be a hell of a night.
Yeah. Very much.
I'm definitely looking forward to see where the story goes.
I've been excited about Elimination Chamber since the first one.
I would have never been excited for a Sammy match. Now I'm all on board.
I said to Donald this morning, whenever we got on, I was like, last night, like when we went to Mania in Dallas and everybody, chanting Sammy's theme music, that's exactly what that took me back to last night. Like, just remind me of that weekend, how into it the crowd was. Like, it was a great moment to watch on TV last night. I can only imagine actually being there in the arena.
This needs to end a beat down. Lower the cage with the bloodline in there. And beat the holy hell out of Sami Zayn.
Lower the chamber back down.
Yeah, send them all home pissed.
just have Owens on the outside trying to climb and figure out ways to get in.
Have Sammy look like Moxley.
Crimson.
Blood is beautiful. Apparently, that's what the shirt had on it, right?
Whose shirt? Moxley's?
Moxley on Wednesday night.
I don't pay attention to that, man.
Ty's goes.
Yeah, no.
Jesus, Ty. We don't want that type of violence.
Jason, you want a fan to jump over the railing. Try to get in there to save Sammy.
Hey.
I will like I said, I really have. What if? Is there a way? Let me pose the question to you this way: do you think there's more heat on Roman if he beats Sammy, either clean or with some shenanigans, or if Sammy wins, but there's a technicality that they come back and announce, hey, this didn't happen, foot was actually under the rope or whatever you can think of, right? And they just give the title back to Roman that way.
That'll be interesting there.
But then you expect them to be in Mania.
But if you do it that way, like that could be your springboard to having a triple threat at Mania. Because Roman would be like, you didn't beat me. And Sam was like, no, I beat you. Like, I beat you. You got off on a technicality. Like, I beat you. And then Cody can come in with his Superman babyface cape, like, I'll beat both of you. Triple threat.
And there you go. Even a bigger face.
And that's not the reaction you want.
Even a bigger face.
You're gonna split the audience there.
You're gonna split the audience, right? And then at Mania, if Roman beats both of them, then that's even more heat on Roman. And Cody's story's not complete, and Sammy is still heartbroken.
What's higher than God mode?
Celestial being, like
The one above all.
Yeah, the Celestials from the Eternals. I don't like. No idea. Yeah, he's just gonna come out with
Stanley.
Celestial.
What's the big bad for this phase of Marvel?
Oh, Kang.
Kang. Roman's already been Thanos. Now he's gonna be King.
It's just Stanley mode.
I can't even pick this because there's like
so much.
I really this is the first match in a really long time where I am legit just tuning in as a fan to go along for the ride and see how it plays out.
You really don't know how it's going to play out.
It's just because they layered the story so much.
If I'm sitting here like, and you're putting a gun to my head, what's going to happen? Obviously, Roman's going to win, right? But to be able to say that I can realistically tune into a match and just watch it for entertainment purposes as a wrestling fan and not as a podcaster covering wrestling or, you know, a dirt sheet reader fan that's some smart mark that automatically Roman's going to win because of blah, 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 blah. Like, no, like I'm literally watching this from a 7-year-old kids fan perspective with no expectations as to who, where, why I want to win. I just want to watch it and enjoy it. And to me, that's the beauty of this whole entire story.
Mm-hmm. There's that
because
doubt.
I don't know when you can go, like when's the last time you were able to say that about a match in wrestling for yourself, personally speaking? Like this, to me, I haven't felt this way about a particular match in a really long time.
The anticipation, probably Brian.
Storyline wise, like going in, not many, but like there's been matches where I'm like going through the match, like this can happen. There's been a few of those.
So you talk about Undertaker and WrestleManias then, because on some of them,
yeah, the match goes on. Like you more and more doubt keeps saying that this might happen. That's how I hope this match plays out, though.
I could see that with Taker, Donald, like with the run with Michaels, Triple H, like that 3-year period there, like based off a story and what they told, especially the two Shawn Michaels ones back to back, like yeah, I'm like just
you just sometimes comment.
I just saw. Come on, man.
Hey, big women need love too, Taquan.
Hit me up at my DM.
As they say, more cushion for the pushing. So
why pay is big.
All right. Are you guys picking a winner here, or are you just gonna enjoy the match and let it play out? Because I'm
going Roman.
I'm
going Roman. Just how it gets to Roman is gonna be interesting.
Never call that man Big Rome again.
Big Rome.
Sound like the cigarette man on the corner.
All right. Anything else on this card? Nope. No. All right. Mount Rushmore of the week. We don't got to spend a lot of time on each one of these. We can go into it. But who did you feel across the board in pro wrestling had the best week there was that you would put them on your Mount Rushmore this week?
For me, I go with JC Jane. Welcome to the big times, hon. The best women's division in all of wrestling right now. Her doing her thing. It's time to step it up.
I didn't like the promo because she said that stuff about Gigi already. Like, it really wasn't something new. And then I thought the ending, she could have ended it with a better line than what she did.
Okay.
Like I thought she leaned too much into the Janetti, you know what I mean? Like, I like the direction for her, absolutely. It's just I think the promo could have been better from what was delivered words wise, not necessarily her delivery of the promo, but the wording in it. I thought could have been better for her.
But the only bad thing about it for me is we went this route down NXT before. When Dakota turned on Tegan, when Cora turned on Roxanne. It's just, as soon as they turn on their best friend, they're not winning anything. It seemed like their push gets, stopped a little bit. And that's one thing.
The Cora and Roxanne was so quick.
Yeah.
It didn't even have time to resonate. Like, they wanted to be shock and awe, but it didn't resonate because you did it instantaneously. Like, they were best friends one night, and then the next night they're no longer speaking to each other. To me, that's just like a 7th grade, middle school girl relationship. Like, do it all the time.
Yeah,
but the Tegan Dakota one was that was just shocking from the ass whooping she gave her in the Shark Tank. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that haluva kick to the face in the Shark Tank was like, ooh.
But then it's like, okay, they beat their best friends, but it didn't lead to anything. They got title matches, but it didn't lead to them winning anything.
Right now, I believe in this NXT, I believe it's possible.
Okay.
Where, depending on who has the belt, you have people that can, carry the belt. Back when it was, who had the belt when, was it Raquel when Dakota turned?
Yeah. It was Shayna.
Shayna.
Dakota's not winning that.
Yeah, you're not doing heel versus heel either.
Yeah.
So
that's
fine. And Mandy was so hot. Cora wasn't.
Cora was gonna.
I'm not mad at the selection. I mean. So that was my only issue, was just the wording of it. I thought everything else was fine from her. Like I said, I like the direction for her. Let them have their grudge match at the Mania pay-per-view for NXT. You'll get Gigi and JC. But then after that, set her up on her way to see where she's going to go. Who do you believe in more as the heel bad girl? Who do you have more faith in as the heel bad girl to actually get over and turn it into a legit run? JC or Zoe Stark?
JC character wise.
Yeah, I think character wise she's ahead of Zoe.
More pulse on the mic.
And I'd put Cora in that scenario too.
Yeah, she had a nice little tweet. I think it was last week or the week before. It said, "Hey, Marks, I'll come back and grace you with my presence whenever I feel like it. Not whenever you tell me you want me back."
Yeah, I picked Cora as my, female breakout star. I got faith in her. I want to see her and her heel run do really good.
Why are we talking about him? What's newsworthy about him?
He's the real return. That's the real sign of WWE.
Shitting me. No, we don't have time for him, Dave. There's nothing going on with him. He's probably coaching.
He just slammed the door in your face.
He's probably announcing some bare knuckle league, fighting championship match that'll be shown in Indonesia tonight. I have no idea where CM Punk is right now. Don't care.
Yeah, Ocho commentating air guitar.
Best in the world, my ass. All right, who's next for Mount Rushmore?
Mine just went to promos and segments. So like
you got more than one.
Well, every one had a good aspect to it. Like you had Cody and Sammy, you had JC on Tuesday, who belongs up there. You had MJF on Monday or on Wednesday. Just the way he just powered through the crowd without him and JC. The crowd was just off the rails. They just powered through like, I'm getting this promo out regardless. And that's what I want to see. And
MJF in the picture walking down to the ring, he threw popcorn on a fan, threw somebody's phone, knocked somebody's phones out of their hands, got somebody to kiss him, dumped water on somebody. Like, he did a Ric Flair strut. Like, that man ate up that picture like nobody else could. It was unbelievable. I was more entertained by that than the promo.
Did you hear Taz say, what am I supposed to say when he's walking down the aisle?
Like, that one there wasn't even about the promo. That was like, he was just, I'm going through this. I don't care what y'all say. And the crowd was just, shut the fuck up and all this stuff. He just, hey, I'm going through. I'm getting this off.
That's MJF.
And then Friday had to be Friday was Sammy's moment.
When you said Sammy, I thought you meant Sammy Guevara.
Oh no!
That was the dumbest fight. Like, that made no sense. First off, Andretti comes down, tackles him, throws him into the steel steps, and Sammy just pops back up and double leg takedowns him. Like, sold the steps at all.
Yep.
And then you run up the ramp, Andretti runs up, sprints down, tackles you. You look like you're two Gap models wearing the same outfit. You fight, you go into the backstage, the match ends, and Sammy comes back out with a microphone, not breathing hard. No attention to the fight he just had at all to say, I want a match with that piece of shit, and I'm going to whoop his ass. That was the dumbest thing ever.
I paused my fast forward for that. I was so mad.
That's AEW.
I paused the fast forward for that just to see what he had to say. Wasn't worth it. You slammed the mic after you threw the mic like you said something.
AEW.
It's that emphasis.
So Jay got promos.
Yeah,
for the week.
But except for all those boots, that was part of a promo.
Mount Rushmore put promos up there.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore promos. Everybody that had a microphone in their hand this week. Mount Rushmore.
I'm kind of like Jay. I don't have just one thing this week. But overall, I'm going with the good in pro wrestling. So this week, to start, we're going to go AEW. Someone tweeted them a week ago, an autistic and deaf child was bullied in school, and he had his Hook shirt torn off of him. So his uncle tweeted about it, and AEW ended up sending him a care package and basically writing him, hey, we heard that things have been tough with you. Stay strong. P.S. We heard that your Clover Hook shirt got messed up. We only had one of these left. They sent it to him with a bunch of other shirts, some action figures, and some other stuff. So it's kind of nice to see some good in pro wrestling. Them doing some good out there. And I also enjoyed this week that we had talked about the wrestling club recently. Big E, Shelton Benjamin, Titus O'Neil, and Cedric, they all went and did like a panel for the wrestling club together this past week.
Nice.
So yeah, they've been doing their Black History Month with the wrestling club, and they were turning in reports on different superstars, and Shelton on Twitter this week. They put out, I think it was last week, the one about Shelton, and he replied back and was very touched by it and everything else, and it was really done well. But to see the excitement on those kids' faces when Big E ran in that room was like, dude, that's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah. That's what it's all about. So
exactly. I was glad to see that. And then just real quick, an honorable mention. I saw this morning. MLW's Richard Holiday. He rang the bell, did his final treatment yesterday. So good for him. Hopefully he's on the road to recovery.
Nice. The most marketable out there kicking cancer's ass. Glad to hear about that. I'm a huge Richard Holiday fan. Love him. Glad to see that he was able to overcome that. Hopefully, that's something that is in the past for him, and he doesn't have to deal with it again moving forward.
Hopefully.
So,
yes.
Look at you getting sappy on Valentine's Day week, coming in with the good in pro wrestling.
There was some good out there, so honestly, the TV shows this week, there wasn't a whole lot of good that I saw. So there was actually good out in the world. So I wanted to highlight on that.
For me, this week is all about Sami Zayn. I don't see how you could go through this week seeing Monday night, last night, and then knowing what he's going to do tonight and not have him up there as your Mount Rushmore this week. Top notch Monday night, last night, I bought into it full-fledged. That crowd reaction and that pop, it's very rare in pro wrestling, and there's only a few guys that have gotten that type of reaction. And when they say Road Warrior pop, that's what they're talking about. That's a Road Warrior pop last night. So he deserves it. As they said, the man has been on fire for over a year plus now. Everything that he did leading with Knoxville and this entire bloodline run, like, it was just tremendous. I thought the recap package last night explaining Sammy and Roman's story and running through that was very well done. I can't wait to watch tonight. Like, I'm super pumped for it as a big wrestling mark right now. So yeah, I got Sammy on my Mount Rushmore hands down. All right. No other honorable mentions or anything else from anybody?
No.
Jabroni of the week. Jabroni of the week. I have two. One's from the world of pro wrestling. One's from outside of pro wrestling.
Okay.
My jabroni of the week in pro wrestling is Tony Khan's booking of the first hour of Dynamite. You opened up with an 8-man tag. Then you immediately transitioned into a Texas Tornado tag match. And it's like it was not a well put together show from a booking standpoint. Match wise, I didn't hate the matches. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, booking wise, it was just one glob of shit thrown in that first hour, and it just made zero sense at all. So that's my jabroni for the week in pro wrestling. Outside of pro wrestling, my jabroni of the week is the NFL's decision to put an ice skate rink out for the biggest game of the year, all out of Super Bowl.
I didn't even see that.
The field that they built cost over $800,000, and I've never seen more players lose footing and slip and slide all over a field than in that game. And to me, everybody's like, "Oh, this is one of the greatest Super Bowls ever," and this and that and the other. And it was like, dude, the quality of play sucked because nobody could run 3 yards without slipping and falling.
What they say, they go, it was a new type of grass. Just like, what the fuck?
They said they've been growing the grass for 2 years.
It wasn't even that the fact that it was brand new grass. It was that, and then the way that they painted the field. Like, it was just mind-blowing that the biggest game of the year, watched by 113 million people, you put that quality of product out for the players to play on, and both teams trashed it after the game. Yeah. They said, "Hey, both of us played on it, but neither team would want to play on that field again."
And like, have they always painted the 20s?
That was new this year. In the middle of the field like that, I don't remember it being painted in the middle of the field like that. Like,
I was like, was there a return? Because I thought that was the middle of the field. I'm like, looking, there's the 20s. That's weird.
He lined up for the game-winning field goal, and I'm like, "Yo, why is it painted in the middle of the field like that?"
It's too much. Extremely too much.
You didn't need the shield in the middle of the field. We know what you are.
Yeah. They always do that every logo.
Yeah.
They did the 35s or the logos for the Super Bowl.
That's too much.
Yeah. So those are my jabronis for the week.
My jabroni is outside of pro wrestling. It's Microsoft. So we had our little gaming thing on Tuesday talking about this, and came out yesterday that Redfall Xbox new exclusive coming out at $70 like everybody expected. But the physical copy, whenever you buy it and you open it up, there's no disc. It's just a downloadable code. So you're getting no disc for the physical
copy. $70 for a piece of paper?
That's all you're paying $70 for.
Yes. Why are you even doing that? Just buy it from the store.
Wow, that is definitely jabroni of the week.
Looks good in your case, though. Looks good.
So Microsoft is on track of being an all-digital video game system console with this move. And this is first party. This is first party exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Now, is this an online-based game?
It is single player and online, but when you're playing single player, you have to be online to play single player.
So then I get it. Okay, then I get it.
But still, you think you're buying a disc, and you open it up, and it's just a piece of paper with a code on it.
Oh yeah, servers are down. Guess what? You can't play because your code don't work.
There you go. There you go.
Wow, that is definitely jabroni.
So Microsoft is my jabroni of the week.
Mine goes to wrestling fans, specifically the autograph seekers.
The Rey Mysterio stuff.
I've seen that. I've seen Liv.
I saw the Liv stuff.
It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
like these people have lives, and how do you even know like their flight itinerary, or do they just go out there and wait?
I mean, they've been doing that for years. Pat McAfee talked about it on his show.
We let people put them on blast.
He's like, yo, these people at these airports are ridiculous. Like 4 in the morning and everything else. Like I can't even keep my eyes open, and you're there with 250 things for me to sign. Like,
yeah. Like if it ain't for a kid, if I was famous, I wouldn't sign shit.
I mean, I thought Ray and Liv both handled it well. Liv signed more stuff. Ray just flat out told him, "Hey, listen, I'm not signing anything to make you guys money. 1 and 2, contractually, I'm not allowed to sign stuff for you."
What happened with Ray?
That's it. So, Liv just signed some more shit.
Yeah, Ray just people got him at the airport and was trying to sign a bunch of shit. Right. That was it.
Unmasked too.
Yeah.
Come on, people. There's a time and a place for it. That's like Mercedes when she said, "I'm not signing anything." Like you have to come to access and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. You pay, or if it's a kid or something, yeah. Other than that, no, you're paying.
Yeah, a kid with a poster or a figure and all that. Yeah, absolutely. But if you're a kid with a garbage bag full of figures and your dad's hiding behind the car over there, like, I'm not.
Yeah,
no, not doing that.
Behind the trash can.
Yeah, no, like, come on, yo, you're 8 years old. How'd you afford 75 Cody Rhodes limited edition?
Sign them all, please. Like, who asked? Can you sign multiple things? Even when you go to pay, they're like, no, I'm only signing one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you need is one thing. Yep. Live in the moment. Just to make money off it. Terrible.
But we got too much time for shit.
No doubt.
My jabroni of the week, I'm over the WrestleMania sign. Everybody point to it. I got over it on Monday night whenever Bianca won her match and then pointed to the sign. You're the champ. You don't need to point to the sign. Like you're going to WrestleMania. We know that already. Like,
hopefully she goes to WrestleMania in that outfit she wore on Monday night.
I saw the meme with Gunther and her. Oh. Yeah, just like that. It's already annoying, and then you're just having everybody point to the sign for no reason.
The pointing to the sign has been a jabroni for years now. Like that's been. We got to figure out a new way to acknowledge WrestleMania instead of just standing there and pointing.
Yeah.
I thought it would go away because Vince isn't there. That's a Vince. Oh, Hogan must pose, brother. You must point to the sign. Like I thought we'd get away with that with Vince not being there, but
like I get point after the Rumble. You know that's definitely I can get that. And like you want to do it like the Monday or the Friday before WrestleMania, cool. But like
you know what I would do for Heat? I'd have the sign there, I mean, I press a little button, and whenever they point, it's just Roman Reigns' face drop down, and everybody's acknowledging the tribal chief. That's what I do. Acknowledge my tribal chief. Everybody pointing at Roman's face. The headliner. You're reason. I'm the reason why you're making all the money at WrestleMania. Me. Yeah, point got to go though.
Yeah.
Absolutely got to go. And I don't even remember when that started, but it's been way too long for it to continue on every single year.
And it feels like they do more and more every year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else from this week's World in Pro Wrestling that we need to touch on before we wrap it up and give final thoughts?
Nope.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, let's go home then.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to episode 123. As we mentioned earlier, head over to Anchor and subscribe, leave a review, listen to the podcast over on Anchor every week. For all the links and more, head over to dumbmarkspod.com and like us and follow us all on social media at dumbmarkspod. And don't forget to buy our merch. We got that new logo merch out there, prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Gentlemen, anything left in final thoughts?
No, we touched on the XFL coming back. Obviously, the wrestling that's going on tonight and today. Next week, Impact has a big show on the 24th. A huge card, great lineup, done really well. Again, Impact, stop sleeping on them. So maybe we'll touch base on that. Maybe I'll get a hop on here solo dolo this week if nobody else wants to and talk some Impact Wrestling. But just another addition to what they've been putting out lately as far as solid content.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever. All right, with that being said, some food for thought, little positivity to wrap up and get you excited for the week that's coming up here. The only way change happens is by breaking the pattern. The only way change happens is by breaking the pattern. With that being said, thanks for tuning in as always, each and every Saturday live at 11 a.m. I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, tell a Mark, and until next time, y'all can catch us around the way.